Foad Izadi, who's a professor of political communication at Tehran University. Professor, thank you for your time. Can you just talk us through what you think is happening in terms of the news that is coming out? Because an unnamed source in the United States saying to ABC News that the Israelis have used ballistic missiles, and then the Iranians saying that there have been some helicopter, what are they called? Helicopter quadcopters and small drones that were shot down, and now saying actually there's been no attack at all.
What we are seeing here, and we have local reporters in Isfahan. We had these small air vehicle devices. They called micro air vehicles, and 3 or 4 of these type of small vehicles were seen, and they were shut down. So there is no damage on the ground. And the attack was quite limited, without any effects or results or any damage. And the airport in Isfahan and other cities, they stopped their regular flights, and about 45 minutes ago, they started the flights again. So it seems everything is normal now. The flights are going on. This was a very, very small, minor, tiny attack, which did not result in anything. And so we are not, I don't think Iran is going to respond and attack Israel because of this attack, because nothing happened.
Yeah, and because of the scale of it, are you actually quite surprised if this is an Israeli response, or even the start of an Israeli response, because of the scale that we're talking about? Does that take you by surprise?
We don't know. We don't have any official statement from the Israelis. We have some American media outlets report, CBS, CNN, reported that this is an Israeli attack, and we don't know, because it's not really anything serious, and I think this confrontation between Iran and United States has and Israel has a propaganda dimension. It's a hybrid warfare. In hybrid warfare, you have psychological operations, and I think, given the fact that the United States vetoed a UN resolution for Palestinian statehood just a few hours ago, there are some people here that think this is related to that, trying to divert the attention of international media from that fact to something that's nothing serious in Iran.
Professor, there may be elements within Israeli politics, maybe even influential Israeli politicians, who would like nothing better than an opportunity or an excuse to attack Iran. Do those sorts of people exist at the higher levels of Iran's political administration?
There's a lot of disagreements in Israel about what to do. They are entering a holiday season. Our suggestion, I think, in Iran, Iranian leaders would tell the Israelis to enjoy your holidays, stop the genocide in Gaza, and then forget about attacking Iran, because it would humiliate Israelis again. I think this is the message from Iranian leaders to the other side.
Yeah, and do you think that if there were to be a resolution in Gaza, maybe even imposed upon the Israelis with the intervention of President Joe Biden, but the point being that if there were to be a resolution to the massacres of innocent Gazan civilians, that would make a difference to Tehran in terms of its current attitude towards Israel? Obviously, we understand the history and the antagonism between the two sides, but in terms of just the current moment we're living in history because of what's happening in Gaza, could a resolution there make a difference to diffusing tensions between Tel Aviv and Tehran?
I think that was the reason for Israeli attack on the Iranian consulate. The Gaza war was going nowhere. They had achieved nothing but killing an average of 100 women and children on a daily basis. They destroyed that place without any significant results. They wanted to get a way out. Iran had to respond to that attack because the calculation here was that if Iran did not respond, they would attack inside Iran. So Iran needed to maintain deterrence. I think that deterrence is maintained. And I think Israelis will think twice before having any serious attack on Iran, because if they have a serious attack, they will see Iranian missiles if they go and look at their windows, outside windows. So this is a message that Iranian leaders have, and I think they're ready to respond.
Yeah, and then when we examine or break down the different elements, the armed elements around the Middle East who have been taking action, military action against Israel because of what its military is doing in Gaza. You've got the Houthis in Yemen, of course. You've got certain elements in Iraq who also launched missiles last weekend against Israel. Then you've got Hezbollah in Lebanon. Do you see these, whether they're proxies of Iran or not, and maybe that's a bit too sensitive to get into, but they are still armed groups that are attacking Israel. Do you expect those to maybe increase because of the lack of desire both in Tehran and Tel Aviv to confront each other directly?
Yes, I think overall the other side knows that if they attack Iran in a serious manner, Iran's response is going to be proportional. So nothing happened today. I don't think Iranians will respond. If they do something more serious, Iran's response would be proportional. Iran is not interested in a wider war. They don't want to be fighting Americans. I think Netanyahu wants to have a confrontation between Iran and United States since the 1990s. Iran is not going to satisfy that aim of Netanyahu, but Iranian military has shown that it's fully capable of defending the country as they have done it today.
Professor Foad Izadi, thank you so much indeed, sir.